I'll collect you at dinner time, gorgeous.
Yeah, okay. Oh, look, another member of the Butchers' Union. Morning, Don.
Morning.
I hope you're proud of yourself sending a poor defenceless horse to be slaughtered.
Shut up, will you? I didn't tell her. It was that big-mouth assistant of Fred Elliott.
Never mind who told me. You can't deny it, can you? Neither of you.
Look, we'd like to have kept it, to race it and everything. We just couldn't afford to.
So why did you buy it?
Because we were drunk.
Because we didn't know the ins and outs of keeping a racehorse. Where it all add up.
Oh, so because you lot were daft and drunk, the poor thing has to die. Well, I think it's disgusting.
Oh, it is. It is. Now, will you get on this bike?
Right then, I'm off. Oh, morning.
Oh, and I bet he hasn't told you, has
Oh,
it?
leave it alone,
No,
will you?
I won't.
Tell me what?
Betty's hot shot. You know someone in Belgium?
Yeah.
Well, the fellow that's selling it to happens to be a mate of Fred Elliott's, and he wears a striped apron. So work rest out for yourself.
Now, will you? Come on.
I was going to tell him.
I don't think I'm going into work today. I won't be able to concentrate.
Yes.
Are you listening to me, Steve?
You're not going into work, well, don't then. I'm not either. But now I've got this.
What is it?
It's a piece of paper that gets me into Strangeways prison. But don't worry, it gets me out again as well.
What for?
It's a visiting order. I'm going to go and see Malcolm Fox, find out what's going on.
Do you think he'll know?
Well, if he doesn't, then the police have just been making it all up and they've got nothing to go on. Either way, it's worth having a word with him.
Well, supposing he confessed, supposing he told the police everything.
Well, why would he? What's in that for him?
I don't know. But, well, if he did, he's not going to tell you, is he? Quite honestly, Steve, I think going to see Malcolm Fox is going to do us absolutely no good whatsoever.
Well, according to you, your Uncle Nick's been going on about how I've been doing nothing. How I've been leaving you to face all this by yourself. Now I am doing something. All I'm getting is a load of abuse.
It was just that it was Malcolm Fox who got us into this mess in the first place.
Yeah, so he can get us out of it. Or would you prefer me to throw this in the bin? I mean, tell me, I'll do whatever you want.
I don't know! I just want it all to end and things to be like they were.
And so say all of us. I'm gonna phone him. See what's the earliest I can see him.
That's the key for the front door.
Yeah.
Now that's for the alarm once you get inside.
Grand. I'll give you a shout when I've done it.
If anyone says what you're doing is illegal, tell them what he did to her was 100 times worse.
Hey, don't mention anything illegal. I don't want to know about that.
Thanks, Bill.
Right.
Morning.
She's following your example,
My example?
having the locks changed to stop her husband getting in.
Yes, well, it's not the same situation.
I hope not. All my husband did was come through a window.
Is he still in prison or is he out yet?
He's out.
Yes, that's 170, please.
Well, happen he'll have learnt his lesson.
Hey, this is Jim we're talking about. Hiya. Oh, hi. Are you not working?
Nah, nobody wants me.
Oh, well, come round. I'm in all morning.
Oh, right, I will. Any sightings yet?
No, but I shouldn't think it'll be long.
Miss Reg was never violent towards me. Suppose I should be grateful for that.
Supposing this is Malcolm Fox trying to get another 6,000 out of us.
Come again.
Well, supposing he did tell the police everything.
Yeah.
So that he can ask us for more money, for which in return he can say to the police he's sorry but he's made another mistake.
You mean would we pay him?
Well, would we?
Well, like you keep telling me, it's your money.
It's blackmail. This could just go on and on.
Well, we don't know yet, do we? Let's just wait and see what he says first. I'll see you this afternoon.
I think I might invite Grandad round.
What?
Just for some company.
Oh, no, please. I've had enough of him.
Don't stop me seeing your family. You can't stop me seeing mine.
Vicky, I can't stand him, and he can't stand me.
Well, you're not going to be here, are you?
I said no.
There's no need to look so worried, Deirdre. I'm staying here as a guest of Mr. William Webster, flat number 3.
I'm not worried. I'm just a bit surprised, that's all.
How's my wife?
She's all right.
Heard she's hit the jackpot then, has she, eh? I got a pair of 140 quid compensation.
Really?
Still not to worry, I'm sure I'll bump into her one of these days. That is, of course, unless she wants me to move away completely. That way she won't even have the sight of me to offend
I'm
her.
sure all Liz wants is that there shouldn't be any more unpleasantness.
Unpleasantness? Oh, God, no, we have to avoid that. Oh, yeah, unpleasantness, certainly not. I mean, lying, deception, driving a man nearly out of his mind. No, we're used to that, aren't we? After all, that's been the basis of my marriage from the start, hasn't it? Unpleasantness? Oh, it's to be avoided at all costs, I would say, eh?
Oh, morning, Betsy, love.
Morning, Vera.
Morning, Betty, love.
Don't you good morning me. Not after what you've been up to.
What's the matter, Betty?
Sending that lovely little horse to its death. Should be ashamed, the lot of you.
You don't know all the facts, you
Yes,
see.
I do. I heard them from my husband, who, I am very glad to say, still has a conscience and wants to tell his wife the truth and not tell her lies.
Oh, does he? I wish he'd warned the rest of us about that.
You never should have bought that lovely little horse if you didn't intend looking after
No,
it.
but Betty, do us a favour. I mean, have a go at your Billy if you want. You're entitled to. You're married to him. But don't say now when our Vera's about, will you?
I'm not telling any lies, not if I'm asked.
No, not if you ask. Because she's keen on animal welfare, you see, and I'm just trying to avoid upsetting her.
We all know what you're trying to avoid.
Hey, Betty, I thought you were coming through. I've got kettle on.
Yes, I'm coming through just now. I'm just having a word with your Jack, you know.
All right.
About the hot pot.
Now, that's a security look, is that? That'll even keep estate agents out.
All right, thanks. But listen, could I just ask you one more really big favour? Could you lend me a ladder and a hammer so I can knock that sign down?
Don't need knocking down, does it?
It blew down, didn't it? Without anybody laying a finger on it. Do you remember that high wind we had last night? Well, it reached gale force in parts of Weatherfield. Especially just round this corner. So, what did we find when we came in this morning? The wind had blown it down for us. Well, at least it will have in a minute. Hey!
How did he look?
Usual Jim.
And did he say anything about prison? What it was like?
Well, we didn't get much chance for a conversation, you know. He was coming out as I was going in.
But he looked all right.
Well, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not wanting to see him. It's just, well, after 20-odd years, you can't help wondering how somebody is. Crazy though, isn't it? I'm the one who put him in prison, and now I'm worrying what it might have done to him.
He seemed, spirited.
You mean he was rude to you?
Yeah.
Huh, must be all right then.
The cops have had Vicky in, asking her all sorts of questions.
And you want to know why?
I do, yeah. You haven't told them about, our little arrangement, have you?
Nope.
Good. Because if you have, I'll kill you.
No, you won't, Stevie. Don't come all over Matthew. It really doesn't suit you. No, it wasn't me. I haven't said a dicky bird.
Well, who has then?
Brenda.
Brenda?
Yeah, the missus. You can go and kill her if you like. In fact, you'd be doing me a favour.
You mean she's told them about the money and everything?
Everything. Which I concede's a little unfortunate for you. She did it to get at me on account she found out I was, seeing this other lady.
You are joking.
No?
You mean to say we're going to get stitched up? Me and Vicky might get done for conspiracy all because you've been having a bit on the side.
Afraid so. But I'm going to get done as well. You're not the only one that's going to be suffering.
Well, you've got to stop her.
Have you been listening? She's already done it. She's told the cops. They know about the money, everything.
Well, they can't prove I had anything to do with it.
Yeah, well, you tell them that and the best of luck to you. Because according to my learned colleagues in here, if they make this stick, we're looking at 2 years minimum.
Steve's gone to Strangeways to visit Malcolm Fox. He's the man that he bought the stolen whiskey from.
Yes, I understand who he is. What I don't understand is why Steve's gone round to see him.
I think he's hoping that Malcolm may know what's going on. Well, could it be Malcolm who told the police about the money?
Suppose it was. Do you think he's going to tell Steve that? You know, the more I hear about this husband of yours, the more convinced I am I've got him wrong. I had him down as a smart operator. No, deceitful, a liar, not to be trusted, but I did think smart enough to keep out of trouble. From what you've told me, I don't think he is all that smart.
I think he's just frightened.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us.
Well, at least by going to see Malcolm Fox, he's doing something.
Yeah, and you know what he's doing?
What?
Trying to find the easy way out. Whereas what I want to know is, supposing he can't find it, supposing he has to take the hard way out.
What hard way?
Well, admit that it were all he's doing. Tell the police that whatever you did under his instruction. Because that's the truth of it, yes?
Yeah.
And will he stand up and say that, do you think?
To save me? Yeah, I think he will.
Is he here? Can you see him?
No. And if it worries you, we can go somewhere else.
Well, then he'll have won, won't he? No, I'm coming in here as often as I like.
I'm glad to hear it, love.
Thanks, Betty.
2 pints, please, Jack.
Pints coming up, son.
By the way, Jack, does Vera know?
Will you leave it alone?
I'm only asking.
Does Vera know what?
That you're part of a gang plotting to smuggle fresh horse meat into Belgium.
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't tell her.
Judy, love, it's not like that, is it?
Oh, well, what is it like, then?
Well, the horse isn't cut out to be a racer. It's got a disability.
Yeah, likes watching other horses win.
Yes, so rather than have the jockeys flogging it with the whips, the humane thing to do would be have it put to sleep and get rid of all its troubles, you see.
Yeah, well, he still hasn't said whether Vera knows.
No, she doesn't. Are you going to tell her?
No, she isn't.
I don't know why you're all so rotten. Have you got no feelings for this poor horse?
Oh, yes, I've got a lot of feelings. I've got a feeling it's going to bankrupt the lot of us if we don't do something about it.
They are, thank you, Betty.
Okay. So what do I say to him when I do finally bump into him? Oh, yeah. How was it inside, then? Good to see you out.
I don't know. Just say whatever it is you want to say.
Don't you ever come near me again. If you do, I shall phone the police.
Yeah, perhaps it's best if you say nothing. Just wait and see what he says.
Enemy!
Expecting him, will we?
Hey, Daniel. You behaving yourself?
Of course he is. Barring 1 or 2 little
I
accidents.
see, yeah. Right, well, the reason I've come back is there's something I meant to talk about this morning I completely forgot. Next week.
Yeah.
Supposed to be going away on a course, 3 days at Keele University, which means 2 nights.
And you want me to stay here?
If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'll pay you, of course.
Great, I'd love to.
Really?
Yeah, make a nice change.
Oh, that's marvellous. Thanks, Kelly. It's a great weight off my mind.
We'll get up to all sorts, won't we? Might even stay up as late as 7 o'clock.
Right, OK, well, we'll sort out the details later, just as long as I can tell them I'm OK for the course. The place of English and the core curriculum. She'll be a laugh a minute. Right, well, I'll be off then. Bye-bye, Daniel.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Right, bye.
Hi. Just got to make a quick phone call. Don't tell.
Perhaps I shouldn't have got Bill to knock that sign down.
I hope you're not going soft now, Maureen.
Well, it's vandalism, isn't it? My husband leaves me, I turn into a vandal.
You'd be within your rights if you turned into a murderer. Never mind a vandal. Anyway, nobody's going to know that you've done it. Where have you put it?
It's out in the yard.
Oh, the bin men will take it.
Emily?
Oh, hello.
Percy said you were here, and I want to ask you a favour.
Oh, the answer's yes, whatever it is.
Oh, right. Well, I'm going away for a few days on a course, so Kelly's staying over a couple of nights to look after Daniel.
Oh, as long as you're not asking me to...
Oh, no. It's just that, well, in case Kelly should need someone to call on, you know, if, if for instance...
The light's fused.
Exactly. Can she call on you?
Well, it wouldn't do any good, because I don't understand fuses. But Mr. Sugden does.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he does.
So I could send him round. In fact, if you could arrange for the lights to fuse, it'd probably be the highlight of his year.
Well, I've eaten horse meat before in Spain. It weren't that bad either.
Yeah, but you're on holiday then, aren't you? You do hope when you're on holiday, don't you? He once ate 10 hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, I did. For a bet, like.
Well, I still think it's a mean trick. I mean, all right, you've accepted the fact that you can't afford upkeep, but I would have thought you would have sorted that out right from the start.
Well, it would have been, except they were all drunk.
Well, I mean, why does it have to die? Why can't you just sell it to someone else to raise?
Yeah.
Look, it's not as easy as that. It could take months even if we could find somebody. We're just trying to find the best solution all round.
Well, I still think it's a mean trick, otherwise why'd you keep it such a secret from us?
Because we didn't want to get nagged.
Yeah, well, you're going to get nagged now. You're going to get nagged and nagged until you change your minds.
How about it, darling?
Hello, love. I'll be with you in a minute, love. Yeah, I'll get that, Betty. Okay, love. Fine, is it?
Please.
Okay.
Billy, a word, please. Our Vera doesn't know about the horse, and I don't want to tell him. All right? Yeah, right.
Is he trying to flog you somewhere?
Oh, no. It's men's talk.
And do you want another drink?
Same again, please.
Right.
2 pints, Jacko. See you, lad. How's it going?
It's good to be back, Jacko. Nice to see you, V.
Hey, bet you fancy a drink, eh?
Yeah, I was forever waiting for the bar to open in that place, you know, but it never quite did, you know. Listen, Molly, how your horses? Listen, I just want
You know.
Don't worry, dear. Just want a word, okay? Hello.
Hello.
Look, I've got to pay you some compensation, Elizabeth. 140 quid.
Yeah, I don't want it, thank you.
Well, you should try telling the court that. Yeah, listen, we shouldn't make this a big thing every time we bump into each other. So I'm sure we can both be civil.
I don't think I've ever been anything else.
No. Well, you'll find me the same from now on. And there's all this financial stuff we ought to be sorting out, you know, but if it's all the same to you, I'd rather wait a wee while, you know, let the dust settle.
I agree, yeah.
Right. Well, there you are now. See you, right?
You're here, are you?
I am, yes.
I told you I was inviting Grandad round.
Well, I take it you've told him then.
Told him what?
Oh, come on.
If you mean has she told me about your sordid little conspiracy, then she has, yes, told me all about it. I'm sorry, Vicky, I'm not sitting here watching him bully.
Hey, you're in my house now.
Yeah, paid for by whose money?
Not yours. You just couldn't keep your mouth shut, could you?
I had to tell somebody.
Of course you did. And in all that she's said, there's not been one word against you. Not one, right? You may not know it, but you've got the most loyal, trusting wife there's ever been. I think she's proved that by the lengths she's gone to save your miserable skin.
Grandad.
I'm sorry, I know you think I'm speaking out of turn, but I'm not having him pointing the finger at you.
He's not.
Oh, well, I hope not.
Well, I take it you want to know what he said. I mean, I presume you
Know who he is? Yes, I do. So, come on, what did he say?
Well, the trouble is with Malcolm is that he's not like me. He's not faithful to his wife.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you see, he's had a bit on the side. His wife's found out, so by way of revenge, she's told the police about the money that Vicky gave to him.
The police know everything.
Everything, yeah.
And what do you propose to do about that?
Well, I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
Oh, yes, I have one. And that's you go to the police and you make a clean breast of it.
Oh, yeah.
In particular, making it clear that whatever Vicky did, she did because you told her.
So I can go inside then, and wouldn't you just like that?
It's not a question of what I would or wouldn't like.
Me? Inside? So you can spend as much time as you like coming round here and working on Vicky, turning her against
My
me.
only interest is on saving my granddaughter.
Yeah, from me.
From serving a prison sentence on your behalf.
Would you stop it, the pair of you? I would rather go to prison than listen to the pair of you attacking each other all the time. Okay. So the police know that we bribed Malcolm Fox.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the next move down to them?
He's going away for 3 days and 2 nights, so I'm moving in here to look after Daniel.
Do you want to?
I don't mind. It'd be nice to get away from my mum and dad for a bit. Though I won't be able to go out on them nights.
No.
Though it wouldn't stop somebody coming round here, would it? Well, do you want to or not?
Yeah.
Will you be able to? What will you tell your mum and dad?
I don't know, but I know think of something.
Right, come on, Wally, let's make a start on this new job.
By heck, you're keen on, aren't you? You lost your taste for beer while you were inside.
Yeah, it's no problem with the beer I've got. It's the company I could do without. Come on.
All right, hang on a minute.
Way he looked at me. Like I was somebody he used to know but didn't know any longer. I didn't want to know any longer.
There's a lot happened.
Yeah, but when I left him before that time when I lived at the Queen's...
Yeah.
Well, I always got the feeling it were never over between me and Jim. You know, I always felt that we had unfinished business.
And now?
Now I don't know.
Right then, you fit, Willie? Come on ahead, Alfie.
Hi, Billy. You ready for another?
I am, as a matter of fact.
Oh, 2 pints then, please, landlord.
Do you realise the kind of fella you're buying ale for?
How do you mean?
The kind of fella that tells his wife all about the horse.
Well, I couldn't help it. Look, I'm not like you two, you know. I'm a newlywed.
So? I lied to my missus second day after the honeymoon.
Well, you know. Well, let's see how well you can lie to her after all these years, shall we?
No, Betty, you promised.
I know, until I heard all them rotten things you said about my husband.
Hey, what?
It is false alarm, false
I
alarm.
think Jack wants to tell you something about that little horse. You know, Betty's hot shot.
He's already told me, Betty. They're sending it over to Belgium to race. Apparently on continent, you know, the race a lot slower, so it'll have a better chance.
Blimey, even I couldn't have thought of that one.
Why? What's the matter?
Nothing.
That horse will never run the length of your backyard. Minute it lands, it's got to have its throat cut. Courtesy of a friend of Fred Elliott's.
No. Is this true?
No, it is true. It is going to Belgium, but which is a very nice, very civilised country.
Yeah, well, they've got a taste for horse flesh.
Jack!
Well, I don't know what's going to happen to it once it gets there, do I?
Yes, you do. Because you're one of them that signed its death warrant.
Rotten!
We are. I mean, at least we could own up to that.
Thanks a bunch, pal.
You rotten lying toad, you!
It was Fred Elliott's idea, weren't it?
Definitely, and he owns most of it.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I'm not wed to Fred Elliott, am I? I'm wed to this big lump of meat. I don't know why they don't can't you over to Belgium. See how they like some scrag ends for a change.
I won't rest until I know this is sorted out.
It will be. It will.
And you know what I expect from you, don't you, if it comes to it? I expect you to step forward and tell the police that it was all your doing. Nothing to do with Vicky. I want you to make that quite clear. You're doing. And so any consequences, you're the one that's going to face them.
Well, I think that's between me and Vicky, don't you?
You've got a cheek, you
Well,
have.
it is.
I'm not just going to stand by and watch, you know. If I find you're hiding behind her, if I find out you're letting her take the blame,
He won't do, Grandad, he won't.
I want to know what happens.
And you will do, I promise.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, you too.
Can't be good for him, you know, getting worked up like that at his age.
Never mind, Grandad. What about everything else? What are you going to do?
Well, it's not down to me, is it?
Well, yes, I think it is.
Vicky, it's you the police are interested in. It was your money, and they can prove that. It was your money that you gave to Brenda. So you see, I don't come into it, do I?